The temptation of Jesus in the desert and the reaction of the people in the synagogue reveal two pivotal moments early in Jesus' ministry, where spiritual and human opposition attempted to undermine his mission. The devil's temptation in the desert. The devil wanted to tempt Jesus to derail his mission before it even began. After Jesus' baptism, he was led into the wilderness and fasted for 40 days. The devil tempted him with three powerful offers. Turn stones into bread to satisfy his hunger, tempting Jesus to misuse his divine power for personal gain and prioritize physical needs over spiritual. Throw himself off the temple to prove his divine identity, challenging him to test God's protection rather than trust him completely. Worship the devil in exchange for worldly power, tempting Jesus to take a shortcut to kingship and avoid the suffering of the cross. Each temptation aimed to make Jesus compromise his divine purpose and question his relationship with God. But Jesus overcame these temptations by relying on Scripture, demonstrating his unwavering obedience to the Father and commitment to his mission of salvation. Rejection at the synagogue in Nazareth. Later, in Jesus' hometown of Nazareth, he read from the scroll of Isaiah, proclaiming the fulfillment of God's promise through his own ministry. Luke 4:16-21. The crowd was initially amazed but grew hostile when Jesus declared that God's blessings and message were not limited to Israel but extended to Gentiles and all nations. Jesus referenced how God showed grace to foreigners like the widow of Zarephath and Naaman the Syrian, highlighting Israel's spiritual pride and unbelief. This angered the people in the synagogue because they expected a Messiah who would uplift Israel and condemn its enemies, not one who challenged their expectations and included outsiders. Their nationalistic hopes clashed with Jesus' message of grace for all. Feeling deeply offended and threatened, they attempted to throw him off a cliff, but Jesus passed through the crowd unharmed, continuing his mission. Together, these events illustrate how Jesus faced both spiritual opposition from the devil and human rejection from his own people, affirming his divine authority and the universal reach of his message.